It was to be expected that the presence of Syria was absolutely unwanted in the actual conditions, and that they abolished its membership in the organization of the Islamic cooperation. It was to be expected, but it is not the most important thing there. The most important thing is that Ahmadinejad had come to Mecca and had met with a lot of, so to say, enemies in the frame of the Islamic world, in the frame of the Islamic political space. I mean such Arab monarchical states as the Saudi Arabia and the others. And he had the possibility to discuss the problems face to face. It was very important because a lot of things, we cannot imagine that a lot of things depend on very simple human aspects, human factors, so to say, that we just imagine that the political figures know about everything and are in the constant intercommunication between themselves, but it is not so. Many things, and wars included, come from the fact that politicians suspect each other and doubt the intentions of each other and don't know what to expect from their counterparts. And personal relationship is very important. I think that the chance to correct certain misunderstandings between the Saudis and the president of the Islamic Republic of Iran, it was the last step before the catastrophe, yes, and taking into account that the West wants and works for the conflict between the Shia and the Sunnis, maybe it was to unravel this nexus of problems that Ahmadinejad had come there. And it was much more serious and much more important than membership of Syria. So I think that it was the positive side of this summit. Certainly it is a regretful fact that Syria is an outsider in the diplomatical Islamic space. But we cannot do anything about that. But the fact that Iran discusses the problems behind the curtains with the highly posted important politicians of the Arab world, it is much more useful, much more actual than the problem just of Syria itself.
But, sir, so what is your perception? What could be the prospects of further dialogue between Iran and Saudi Arabia?
Well, the possibilities are restricted. We should not nourish too positive illusions, It is only so much that can be done in this field because you know that in the last, say, the differences are absolute. I mean, the existence of ones means the annihilation of the others. But it is the final solution. Before the final solution, there are a lot of steps and a lot of certain measures to be taken to postpone this final solution. Because I think that Arabian politicians, the dynasty, the princes, they understand perfectly that in the list of Bernard Lewis, the strategist who planned the redefining of the bigger Middle East, the Saudi Arabia has its own place as a country that should be dismembered and that should cease to exist as a subject of the international law. So now is Syria, and tomorrow will be Saudi Arabia. Maybe tomorrow will be Iran, but after tomorrow there will be the turn of Saudi Arabia. And they understand it perfectly. They understand that if they play to the flute of the West completely, if they comply with all the wishes of their Western partners, that it will take them to the brink of precipice. So I think think until this final solution, there are a lot of maneuvering to be taken, to be executed together with the formal enemies like Iran, yes.
Sir, thank you so much.